We're live on the tube.
We are super punctual.
Best way to be.
The only reason I'm punctual is because of...
Well, you know, they say the best quality is rub off.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome. Welcome to our live tutorial. So my name is Marina. I'm going to be your host for this evening.
Woo woo.
Woo woo. And I'm joined here by my fiance, Alex.
Hello, everyone.
He's going to be behind the camera.
I'm a behind the scenes kind of guy.
Hello. I see Melissa joined us, Jana, Lynn, Jennifer. Welcome, guys.
Let us know where you're from.
Let us know where you're from. Let us know if it's like 3 feet of snow in your area. Let us know what you're drinking tonight.
If it's your first time painting.
If it's your first time painting, we have a lot of questions for you guys.
Love it.
All right, we got Canada in the house. Welcome, Jennifer. So tonight we are going to be painting Light My Fire. That's what it's called.
Okay.
So guys, I'm going to quickly go over my setup over here, and we are going to start in approximately 7 minutes, approximately at 8:10-ish. So it gives you time to finish your setup, grab a drink, say hi in the chat. Okay, are you ready, Alex?
Oh, I'm so ready. Born ready, coach.
Hold on, I'm trying to move this over. Okay, so we have our 12 by 12 canvas.
12 by 12, you say. Check.
We have our palette paper shiny side up.
Shiny side up, important. Check.
We also have 5 colors of paint. I'm going to say the colors first before you check me.
Do you want a per color check? Or
No, that's
we'll
too
give
much.
an overall check.
We'll give an overall check. So we have red, black, yellow, brown, and white.
Check.
Wow, thank you.
Check. Big old check.
Okay, we also have our cup with water.
Cup with water, labeled
It's
accordingly.
Labeled accordingly.
Check.
With paint water, just in case. We also have 2 brushes today. So we have our large brush. I'm going to show it to you guys. Size 16.
Size 16 brush, check.
And you guys could use any large brush that you have. A flat brush is a little bit better if you have one. And then we also have our small brush, size 4. So this is a round head brush.
Size 4 brush, check. Let's do this.
We also have paper towels.
That's like inventive, you know, little side.
It's a little extra. It's
little
needed.
side
It's
extra.
necessary.
Check.
Thank you.
I was just
And then
folding.
I can't really lift this because it's completely filled. Thank you, Alex. We also have our adult beverage. So tonight it's
Tequila soda.
a little basic.
Hey.
Tequila and soda and lime, I think.
Indeed.
And Alex?
Tonight we're actually going a little pinky
fancy.
out, dare one say. We have a Glenlivet 18, nice little smooth guy. You know.
Very impressive.
We have some first timers.
We have some first timers. Welcome, guys. I'm so excited that you're painting with us tonight.
It's a 12 by 12 canvas, you said, or 12 by
12 by 12 canvas. Whoa, it's a square.
Who'd I listen?
But you can use any size that you have and just modify a little bit. So guys, if you're just joining us, we're just gonna start in a couple of more minutes. So feel free to continue setting up, grabbing your drinks, and most importantly, saying hi in the chat and letting us know where you're from, what you're drinking.
That's the most important.
Second question.
You know, there's no need to like put a full-on direct answer to that question per se.
Oh, I think my
Did it?
hold on, guys. Technical difficulties.
Going to say Jessica probably has one of the best traditions I've seen so far.
I was calling me.
Oh, we had a little pause. Little pause.
All right, we're almost ready to go. All right, let's see. Do we have any other country tonight other than Canada and the US?
We've gotten pretty international.
We have. I think we had Brazil last time.
Yeah, last time was a world affair. Fun.
All right, should I mention this in the beginning, Alex? You know what?
Oh my lord, we're just diving
While we
right
have
in,
3
aren't
minutes
we?
to go.
At least one of the things potentially. Did I just say too much? I can't. The excitement is too much for me.
So tonight we're potentially doing 2 different giveaways. So one of them is going to be like we did last time. So it's going to be a random comment picker. So we're going to use a random picker to select someone from the chat. So the more that you guys comment tonight, the more chances you have of winning, right?
Exactly.
Also, if you give a like on our feed, that also gives you little bonus points. I may have made that up, but whatever.
We have New Zealand. Okay.
We have New Zealand.
That's an
Wow.
exciting one.
Okay. Okay, so we also have another giveaway tonight. That's gonna be a little friendly competition.
Oh, you're just giving it all away.
I'm gonna give a little hints.
A little hint
here and there.
I see you.
So I think a few people are ready for the competition already. So it's gonna be based on who can give the best answer. So Alex and I are gonna be the judges. So we're gonna give you more information on that a little bit later. Woohoo!
Everyone knows I'll be overruled.
Okay, so we have about 1 minute to go. So if anyone needs to refill your beverage already, you have a little bit of time. If anyone has any questions about my setup here, just let me know in the chat. All right, let's see. We have people from Canada. We have New York in the house. Did you see anything else? We have Colorado,
Pennsylvania.
Maine. Yes,
Maine.
Maine must be so snowy right now. So someone's asking if it matters what type of red you use. So this one is called Fire Red.
Not phthalo red.
Which is, no, not phthalo red. So, which is actually pretty perfect for what we're painting tonight. So this one has a little bit more of an orange hue to it, but it doesn't really matter because if your red is more warm or cold, you could always mix a few colors into it to make it more orange.
Okay, we have, let's see, Kentucky, Missouri.
Lucky in the house.
Tulsa. We got a strong Canada representation.
I love it.
Love the Great White North. I'm going on record. Love it.
Kansas City in the house. Okay, Alex, so it's 8:10.
Who's excited for the Super Bowl? Kansas City is.
Did you have to right now?
I'm sorry. It's 8:10 and we're ready to go and it's all paint. Let's do this.
Not all paint, it's a little bit of drinking.
And fun.
Okay, guys, so we are gonna get started. It's 8:11. We're running behind schedule here. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take our large brush and we're gonna begin with our Creatively Pledge. So I'm gonna take my brush and please repeat after me. I promise.
I promise.
To have fun and relax.
To have fun and relax.
To not judge my painting.
To not judge my painting.
Or the painting of others.
Or the painting of others.
And to be fearless.
And to be fearless. Hoorah!
All right, I think we're ready. Are we gonna cheers?
Here you go. Clinky.
All right, so I don't know why I put my brush into the water again, but we are gonna use our large brush to start. Let me just switch my screens. So we are gonna make an orangey red color, but it's gonna be on the dark side. So we are gonna mix a lot of red with a tiny bit of yellow and an even tinier bit of black. So just get the color that you want for your bricks. So it doesn't have to be exactly like mine. It could be darker, it could be more red, it could be more orange. So definitely play around and see what you can mix. So I'm gonna actually pull this up a little bit so you guys could see what I'm mixing. So I'm getting a lot of this red, a little bit of yellow, and then just a tiny bit of black. And if you guys made it too dark, you could always just add back the red and add back some of the yellow. So I think mine is a little bit dark, so I'm just going to add a lot more red to it.
So what did you mix?
Okay, so I mixed the red with a little bit of yellow and just a tiny bit of black. So if you guys are adding the black and it gets too dark, you could always add a little bit of red back in and then a little bit of yellow just to make it a little bit lighter. Okay, so I'm gonna move this. Okay, so then I'm just gonna paint a horizontal line across my canvas about 2 inches from the bottom. Okay, so I am gonna take this dark color here, and the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an arch. So this is very easy. So you're just gonna take your brush and you're just gonna create the arch for your fireplace. So kind of like this. And if you want, you guys could make it a rectangle. Okay, guys, so we just made an arch. So now I'm gonna make an even bigger arch above this.
What brush are you using?
So I'm actually using my small brush. And you guys can't see me, but hello, I'm here. Gonna be popping in and out. Yeah. So I'm gonna make this a little bit darker so you guys can actually see this. So I'm actually using a pretty small brush. So this is a size 4 and it's a round head brush. This is really good for all the detailed work. So if you have a fan brush, it's going to be a little bit hard to do thin lines with it, I think. So a fan brush actually looks like a fan. Flat, this is a flat brush. It's flat head. Yeah, so someone can use a flat brush and they could just use the top of it to make the straight lines. Okay, so I just created my arch. So this is gonna be my fireplace space. And again, you guys could change the shape of it so you could make it more rectangular, you could make it more round, you could make it a triangle. Have you ever seen a triangular fireplace? Sounds kind of cool. Oh yeah. Okay,
Chainmail.
whatever.
Something up from the top.
Whatever. It's possible in our imagination. So for the arch, you're dipping your black paint into whatever red paint you created. So it's just a very, very dark red. So then, guys, I'm gonna do horizontal lines spaced about an inch apart or so. Okay, so yeah, very rough estimate. We're gonna make it about an inch apart, depending on the size of the canvas that you're working on. It could be either less than that or even bigger than that. So it really depends on how big you want your bricks to be. So this is a little bit tough to do on an angle for me, but I'm gonna try to make a straight line. So I'm just applying very light pressure with my brush and just going all the way across. How did I do? I can't really see. Okay, that's not bad. All right. And guys, just remember, if your line doesn't come out straight, it's okay, because you could always just paint over it. So you could just cover it up with the red. So this is my first line, so I'm trying to go all the way across. And then I'm gonna space it out about an inch and do another line. And again, I'm just using the really dark red color. So it's black mixed with a little bit of the red color. Just wanted to pop in for a second. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going with my lines, spacing them out about an inch apart.
Do we go all the way up to our bottom line?
Yes. So you want to make sure that you're not getting the lines into the
Inside.
actual, into the actual fireplace.
Thanks.
Yeah, and also don't get it on the arch yet because we're gonna create smaller bricks for the
Okay.
arch, all right? And bricks are really easy to paint, and just in a few steps, they're just gonna look really three-dimensional. It's gonna be really cool.
One of those things.
It always does, right? And if you guys want, you could finish one side first and then continue on the other side, whatever's easier for you. So I'm just drawing an imaginary line in the middle and then just continuing it here.
I was actually.
Do you want to? You're sitting so close to me. Do you want to try a stroke?
0% chance. 0% chance.
Alex is sitting a few feet away from me for the first time, and he could actually just paint on my
0% chance.
canvas.
I was going to ask if you do that though. Kind of
What?
Start the line and then continue, but not touch it, but keep balance with the other.
Yeah, so you're kind of eyeballing it just all the way across and just continuing it here. I'm surprised how straight it's looking for me painting sideways. I'm a little impressed with myself.
Oh, hey, what's happening?
I'm just gonna do one other line here, and on the other side. This one's a little bit bigger, but that's okay.
You got a big,
Got a big brick at the bottom to
big
hold everything
base.
up.
To have a nice solid base.
Exactly.
Said it's all about.
Thank you. Oh,
Nikki.
okay. I just blinked for a second. So I'm applying very light pressure with my brush just so it comes out thinner. And also, guys, if you want, you could also dip it a little bit into the water, and that'll help you make the stroke even swifter. And it also looks pretty messy here, so I'm just gonna hold it up. So it's definitely not perfect. The lines aren't straight, and that's okay because I feel like bricks are never that perfect, right? All right, guys, so now I'm gonna add some vertical lines for the bricks. Is everyone ready? How are you guys doing with your horizontal lines?
Like the bricks were placed.
Okay. I see you. All right, guys, so I am gonna start maybe 2 inches from here or so. So each of my bricks, just pick a size that you wanna roll with. So it could be 2 inches, it could be 1 inch, it could be 3 inches. So I'm gonna do maybe around 2 inches or so. And it doesn't need to be exact, right? So I'm just gonna do vertical line here. And then another 2 inches from here. I'm gonna do another one. And then just keep going. Oh wow, how perfect. Just 2 inches at the end. That was by accident. So for my second row, I'm gonna start maybe about here or so, because the bricks are never perfectly one on top of the other. So they're always spaced out. So I'm gonna start about here, and then again 2 inches. So it's gonna be about here. Then again here. You know, whatever.
No, Jean, I kind of see what you're getting at.
How can you be not on my side? So then again, guys, I'm gonna start maybe about here this time. And then continue it here with my lines. What do you think? I'm looking at it sideways.
You know, would I say that masonry is your strong point? Sure, I'd reach there. Would I say that it looks fantastic?
I'll take it. Hi, Lena. I'm seeing someone's painting with their daughter and listening to Kids Bop, which for some reason when I read that I just thought of the Hanson song. Bop. I love that though. Definitely gets you in the mood to paint.
I think she did well, Kids Bop and that's a proper paint party and a half.
The pizza especially, I can do that.
Highly approve.
So guys, I'm continuing my vertical lines right now. So I'm just spacing them out. So just making sure that they're not right on top of the other. Because that actually leads to a better foundation, right?
Big old bricks?
No, making them not one on top of the other. It's a better construction. No, of course not.
You said that confidently. I'll believe.
All right, guys, so now I'm gonna do my smaller bricks on the arch.
Hold up.
Wait a minute. So I'm just going horizontally, but then
still with our small brush.
so we're still working with our small brush. Exactly. So we're actually going to be working with our small brush for a while now.
Okay.
A while. Oh, man. So I'm just doing horizontal lines, but when the arch is curving, I'm just going to follow the shape of the arch. So just, it's going to start curving a little bit. And these ones are spaced out maybe about an inch or so. So they're a little bit closer together. They're a lot smaller bricks. And then I'm just continuing down.
Down we go.
And then these ones are pretty much horizontal.
Brick there at the bottom.
Yep. Awesome, guys. So I am gonna just wash my brush really well because I'm now gonna use it for highlights.
Oh, highlights.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued what that even could mean.
I will show you in a second.
Don't you?
So now I'm gonna mix some white with some yellow and red to get a peachy color-ish.
White and red.
And I'm gonna show you guys what I'm mixing. Yeah, so I'm gonna mix a little bit of white, and it's gravity's pulling the paint down. A little bit of yellow, and then just a little bit of red to get a nice peach color. That's actually a really nice peach color. Are you surprised that happened?
It would never come together for me like.
Why? Listen, no negativity here. You're sitting right next to me. Do you want to try to mix them?
I don't. I prefer
so guys, just play around with the color and see what you get. So just keep mixing the proportions and see how it comes out for you. That's right. All right, guys, so I mixed my peach color. So now I'm gonna create a vertical line on the left side of the brick and then on the top of the brick.
On the left side and the top.
The left and the top. So now it's all sort of coming together already. So also I'm gonna do again on the left side of the brick. So this is on the right side of the black line. Does that make sense? It's on the left side of the brick, but on the right side of the black line.
A lot of directions happen.
Let me just move it a little bit closer. And then I'm gonna do a line at the top. Left side of the brick, top. Moving along.
We're going off easel, huh?
Going off the easel.
Like off-roading. Except
wow. Analogy there. And you guys could also use just a little bit of water just to make it a little bit easier for you to make these lines. So now the next row, I feel like it's gonna look really cool with the next row. You ready?
I'm so ready.
So because my brick is cut off, so actually it's supposed to end maybe about here or so. So I'm just gonna create the line on the top because the line at the bottom doesn't really exist on the canvas, right? So I'm just gonna skip that one. And then I'm going again, so left side and then top.
That.
Left side, top. If you guys make your line too thick, you could always go back either with the red or you could go back with the black paint. Or not even black, but like your dark red. Left side. I feel like this could be a song. Left
Listen,
side,
I came up
top.
with it, and if it's going anywhere, my name comes first.
So if your
Steady
hands,
grasshopper.
yeah, if your hands are shaking, you could always just put your elbow on the table or just, you know, just grab your hand and just
Steady
control
goes the
it.
hand, grasshopper. Breathe, you.
So I'm going a little rogue. I'm not even starting with this left side. I'm just
left that brick
I'm
hanging,
skipping
huh?
around a little bit.
Not even a little top side.
Skipping around a little bit. So this one also, it doesn't really end here. It's going to be extended a little bit more. So I'm just going to skip this line on the left. Mm-hmm. And then the same thing here. Oh, wait, when was that? When was that? Hold on, I totally missed it.
I understand.
Can you,
No.
can we backtrack a little bit?
0%.
It wasn't the left side, top.
It definitely was not that.
So you guys, this especially looks cool once you put your canvas about 2 feet back. So if you're looking at it from a distance, it looks even better.
Good
And art should always be looked at from a distance.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't personal
You
with
don't
it?
really. I mean, you could. I always like to get really up close and personal with art, but then I like to view it from a distance
really
as well.
Get its essence.
I'm just gonna pop in for a second. Hello, how's everyone doing? Me or someone else?
I'm definitely not.
So I'm actually not gonna do any of the vertical lines for the bricks that are touching the arch for now.
No pop?
No pop on that side. So is anyone using a crazy color for their bricks? Because bricks could be painted any color. They could be blue, they could be green, they can be purple.
I mean, we've seen blue marble house. So
Don't
anything's
remind me of
possible.
that.
The worst of ways. Yeah. Even though we miss you, Tim. Do you think the peak for the
It's the highlight.
wow, let's just do it in option C, huh? A and B were not good ones. Let's just go with option C. Okay.
I didn't even want to go with you know, it could be anything that you want because there's clearly a right answer for this.
C.
So this is already looking pretty cool, I would say. Yeah.
But you know where I would falter so hard? All these lines. All these lines that can't cross onto each other. Need to be neat.
Are mine neat? I can't even make a straight line. So my lines are definitely not straight. And I can't even hold the canvas straight right now. So this is optional. You ready for the optional step? You ready for the optional step?
Yeah.
So you guys can make your bricks a little cracked. So I'm not gonna show it. I'm not gonna show it, but you could use
Plot
the
twist. Plot twist.
You could use the dark reddish black color and just create some cracks in your bricks and it'll look really, really cool. So our fireplace is going to be a little bit newer, so it's not going to be cracked yet.
Move in ready.
Exactly.
But if anyone did
Wants
make
to take on
bricks,
the challenge,
we can't wait to see it.
and you could experiment and then just cover it up with the red paint again if it doesn't come out to your liking. So then for this arch, I'm actually gonna repeat the same process. So just imagine just tilting your head a little bit. And so it's gonna be this line. So it's gonna be this vertical line and then horizontal line. Okay, so just imagine tilting your head and also doing the left side and then the top of the brick. But if you're not tilting your head, then it's the left side and the bottom.
For everyone, that's normal when looking at it.
Left side, bottom.
Ghana wants to.
Ooh, okay. The pressure's on. Hold on, let me just finish this and then I'll show you guys. You're
You
just
gotta-
continuing left
You're
side.
making an. Dare you say you're making an L?
Ooh, okay.
Mind blown.
Mine is definitely blown. But right now it's tilted, so it's no longer an L.
Why is that?
Because it's kind of you know, it's angled a little bit.
So
But this
you're
is
saying
an L.
An angled L
Is no
less
longer
of
an L. Exactly what I'm saying.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'll be real honest.
Okay, is this an L right here? This one that I just made, is that an L?
Still has
It's
the
an
right
R.
angle.
I think it's an R.
What? We haven't quite made it to the R yet.
Okay.
So when is the little hey what's happening?
Our imagination.
Us here we're back to the.
We are, just for a brief second. I am so excited to get to the fire. Can we? The bricks are so fun, but just the fire.
You're like laying the groundwork.
The foundation. Bada bing. Thank you. I could not do the drum roll.
What's going on there with the shadow?
You mean the highlight?
Oh.
It's a little hard to paint at an angle from this side. Just remember, guys, if you make your highlights too thick or you make your line too crooked, I don't know if that's a thing, but you could always just paint it back with the red. So don't stress about it. That was my last one. Okay, Jana, I'm going to show you the crack. That came out really wrong. Oh god. Alex just got that. Delayed. So I'm gonna go back to my dark color, so it's the red mixed with the black. I'm just gonna make a little crack here. So I'm just gonna do a little crooked line. It's almost like drawing a tree. So I'm gonna do a little crooked line and then just a branch. Yeah, it basically is like a branch. So let me just zoom in because it's really hard to see. Can you guys see that? Maybe I'll do one here. And this wasn't part of the tutorial, but we're feeling feisty because of all these tech issues earlier.
Hey, we're fully off script in it.
So here's another one. So you could just continue doing that. I like to keep my fireplace new. What do you think? So Alex, I think since we're feeling a little feisty today,
Oh, yeah?
I think it's time.
First one?
Second one, actually. So the competition. So I'm going to announce the competition.
Okay.
All right, guys. So we actually need your help naming our next painting. So I'm going to show you the next painting, which I actually have not revealed yet. So it's going to be part of our
So
Marge
this is
box. This is the
2
first
for 1
reveal.
almost, so you gotta just
It's the first reveal.
and-
I'm so excited that I get to show it in front of this group right here who's been so patient with us today.
This is like
This is like what?
the stronghold, the fan base right here.
So guys, so this is going to be our next painting. And we need your help coming up with a fun and quirky and maybe funny name for it. So not just the basic koi fish. So it needs to be something a little bit more atypical. So this painting actually comes with a traceable. So that's included in your box. So if you're not really strong at drawing, it's okay because this is all about painting. So we're including a traceable so that it's really easy for you to get to painting.
There you go. So did you?
So the competition, I think so. So the
explain?
competition is to help us name this painting. So if you come up with a really awesome, fun name.
And I just want to go on record and say the Koifel is up there in my personal entry.
This was Alex's
just
suggestion.
notice.
Be koiful.
Let it grows on you. Just take it in.
Alex, do you want to comment in the chat so you're
I feel like it'd be a
you
little
could be
skewed,
part
but
of
I
you could
got
be
that
part
out
of
loud.
the
I got it out there so everyone knows. How would one get the
So the
traceable?
traceable is going to be available on our website in a few days. So just make sure that you're following us on social. So that way we'll definitely announce it once it's available. So feel free to brainstorm in the chat and let us know what you would name this painting. And I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I did. So for anyone who comes up with a really cool name, and if we get to choose your name for our painting, you get to win a really cool prize.
I didn't get you.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, we have some options here.
Time to be.
Pisces love, you know that this koi fish painting is actually perfect timing with Pisces because Pisces is in March, and that was a complete accident.
Would not even have guessed.
Yeah, koizy together.
I did see that. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of what you're trying to put down there.
So Cheryl, you could follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube. We have all the things.
There you go.
All right, so the next step, I'm actually gonna take my large brush and I don't even need to wash it because we're gonna use red right now. So we are gonna create the shape of our fire. Are you ready for this? So guys, I encourage you to get really crazy with your fire shape. So it doesn't need to be like mine. It could be something totally different. It could be higher, it could be wider, it could be curvier.
Could be going wild.
It could be going wild. So
The
just
flames could be going wild.
Yep. So I am gonna start with kind of a curved shape
With your
A
big
little.
brush?
with my big brush.
Big brush.
And I'm just gonna take it up and then just kind of like curve it out a little bit.
Full teardrop.
Yeah, it's
situation.
almost, yeah. So So you could get crazy with your shape, and it doesn't need to be perfect because we're gonna fix it later on. So just to get your basic shape down. So I could actually make my, is this called
Just
like a
with the
bulb
red?
shape? Yeah, with the red.
Maybe a horseshoe?
Well, I'm gonna color it in. So maybe like a teardrop?
Teardrop sound.
Okay.
It's like
And you could barely see it because the red is gonna be on kind of a dark red background. So this is just for you to note what shape of fire you want to be. So this is just like a rough estimate, and I'm kind of just tapering off these flames at the top.
Was that with
With plain red, yeah. So my fire red that I'm using is actually it's actually an orangey red already. It is. So this is just to map out where you want your flame to be.
Very.
So right now it's pretty tame and contained. Exactly. So I'm gonna wash my large brush right now. And I'm gonna use my black color, and I'm gonna start painting on the inner edge of the fireplace and kind of going in close to the fire. So I'm doing an inner arch using the black. And then the same thing on the other side. Alex, are there any good contenders
There's
so
definitely
far?
a few interesting ones.
Okay.
I personally enjoy a good pun.
Do you now?
Be quite full.
And then I'm going to continue this black on the bottom as well.
How close to our flame are we trying to get?
We're getting pretty close.
Are we outlining it?
We're not outlining it yet because we're going to use another color for this.
Oh.
So I'm actually going to wash my brush. And I'm going to use brown. So I'm going to take brown, and this is actually, I'm going to use this color to outline the fire shape. So, but first, before I do that, I'm going to go right into the black and blend it in a little bit. So just don't be afraid to go right into the black, and then we're gonna go over it with more black. So I'm actually gonna go back into it with black and just cover up more of the inner fireplace.
That last.
Yes, so I went in with a little bit of brown and kind of blended it in with the black and went closer and closer to the fire. So I'm just now taking the black and just kind of blending it in even more.
Closer.
So it's very dark brown. Yeah. So I'm going in more with the black, and you guys feel free to cover it up with just black. You don't even need to use brown if you don't want to. So the brown just adds a little bit of dimension to the fireplace.
Like the glow is going into the black.
Exactly.
I like where your head's at there, champ.
It's a very weird fire shape, but we're gonna fix it in a little bit.
Like a pear.
It is like a pear. So I went in with black first, and then I went in with a little bit of brown closer to the fire, and then I went over it again with the black just to make it a bit darker. So it's just a little bit lighter, closer to the fire. Does that kind of make sense? So I'm gonna go in with my small brush, and I'm gonna use that same brownish color, and I'm just gonna go, oh, I just dripped a little bit of paint. Okay. Okay, can you hold it for me? No, that looks beautiful. It's a beautiful accident. So I'm just gonna go in with brown and maybe just define the flames a little bit. So I'm just going in with some lines and just changing up the shape of the flame. And don't worry about this, guys, because we're gonna change up the shape of the flame just in a little bit. So I'm seeing some awesome suggestions for the painting. Right, Alex? So there's some really good ones here. So should I announce what the winner gets?
What a cliffhanger.
So guys, if we do decide to go with the name that you suggested for our painting, we are gonna give you a set of these awesome mugs.
Okay.
So this one says not paint water, and I'm using it for my drink. And then this one is for your paint water. So you'll get a set of these two awesome mugs that you could use while you paint next time, so that you ensure that you don't mix up whatever you're drinking with your paint water.
Very important.
Very,
As
very
we've
important.
Almost had that accident
Every single time
many times.
until we got these cups.
Take this.
Koi Ahoy water spin, I like that. So you guys are welcome to keep on throwing out names, and let me just show this guy again for some inspiration. So this is going to be our next painting. So feel free to keep on throwing out names for what this should be.
Super fun. Super peaceful. Be coyful.
Be coyful what you wish for.
No. Be coyful. Let it sink in.
What about something with coify?
Don't run it. Don't run it.
Okay, are we ready? So I'm just gonna wash the small brush. And now I'm gonna use yellow. So I'm gonna dip into yellow, and I'm making sure that I'm taking a decent amount of paint here. So then I'm just continuing to draw this teardrop with the yellow. And this time I'm just drawing curves and letting them taper up at the top. So this is where I really decide, okay, what's the shape of my flame gonna be?
Is that an open-ended question?
It's a rhetorical question.
Well, okay then.
So I'm just creating these curves in the flame, starting from the bottom and then curving up and just tapering off at the top. Do we have a koi there? A koi, matey?
Oil flush. Like it.
So I'm just painting curves at the bottom and then dragging the curve up and tapering off at the top. So feel free to change the shape of your fire and just go crazy with it. Because what's the worst that could happen? You could cover it up with the dark brown, right? And just cover the flame.
Yeah.
I already did a koi there. Oh wait, what box?
Big. theoretical, figurative box of suggestions
who
that were
knows?
taken. That wasn't quite your original play on it.
Well, I really want to give out these mugs to someone.
That's
You
fair.
know, someone deserving of giveaway.
You throw that one in.
Wow, that's great. Koi for 1 and koi for 2. No, koi for 3. It should be koi for 3. All
One
for koi.
All for koi.
Well, this needs a little work. It needs a little rejiggering.
Oh, I like this one. Koi, oh koi. What do we have? Come on.
What about any puns with fish? Anything? Synchronized swim. I like that direction, Lena.
Or like this. Oh koi. Oh fish.
So I could get a little crazier with my curves and I could just extend them on the sides as well.
Ms. Emerald, if that's a Nemo reference as well, that's gold.
Which one?
Just keep swimming.
That? Oh.
Well, I don't
Okay.
know. It could be. It
Okay.
definitely could be a Nemo reference. But
So my yellow is pretty thick at the bottom and then it's tapering off and getting thinner as I go up. Ooh, okay.
we're getting there, folks. We're getting warmer.
So if you guys are a little daring, feel free to add a little bit of bright blue to your flame at
That
the
means you
bottom.
have
At the bottom, right?
tips.
You sure?
No, you're
This
right,
is
at
the
at
hottest.
base,
It's the
at
hottest
base.
part. Is the base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And say you have a nice flame going if you have the blue flame. Boy.
So I'm gonna wash my brush and I'm just gonna add a little bit more of the red. So I'm gonna add some red back in. So I'm just going in here and I'm just adding it at the top and just using the same technique. So just curving it at the top and letting it just taper off. And then the same thing in a few other places as well. So maybe there's a little bit of red on the side here. And I'm just improvising. I'm just going a little crazy here.
Yeah, Quaby?
Kobe Bryant.
Quaby Bryant? I see you. I like that. McCoy? So is your flame going to be hot enough? Can you even make?
So right now, so I'm not using blue, but if anyone dares to make blue, if they have it.
This better not be a pop. Just like
No, you can't make blue out of these colors.
I don't see how. Can you?
No, you can't.
Okay.
Oh, that was so close. I just went like this. Wrong cup. So how's everyone doing with their fire?
Fuego.
I hope it looks crazier than mine. Mine is a little
fuego.
Mine is a little tame.
You haven't thrown in your blue yet. No blue to come just yet. We have a nice tame flame. Is that green at the top slightly?
Ooh.
Right? Am I imagining it?
How is that even possible? It looks a little green at the top.
Ladies and gentlemen of the
I don't know how it's green because there was no blue in the mix.
We have a manifestation happening.
I don't know, it's some chemical reaction going here.
From the fuego.
All right, so now I'm gonna take some black, and I'm still using my small brush. So ignore this spot over here. This is gonna be taken away later. So I'm gonna make some diagonal lines going into the flame. So it's gonna be the wood. Okay? Underneath, yeah. So I'm gonna start with
up a log.
Yep. And it's kind of changing color, which is really cool. So they're all kind of going into the flame, and they're gonna be crisscrossing each other.
They're meeting like the middle of sorts underneath.
Yeah. So because they're going towards the flame, they're gonna be a little bit thicker at the bottom and then a little bit thinner at the top. And they're all going to be kind of overlapping a little bit. So you actually don't even need to add any yellow or red onto the logs because it's mixing right into the flame. So it actually already looks like they're burning, which is kind of cool.
Burn, baby, burn.
So I'm going to take my large brush again, and I'm going to dry it really well. And then I could actually go in here and just mix a little bit of the black. So that way the logs look like they're blending into the background. So I actually didn't even use any paint. Let me just move this a little bit closer. So I'm actually just going in here and I'm just mixing, going right over the logs so they're kind of blending into the background a little bit. And if you blended them too much and you want to extend it a little bit, you could go back here again with the black. So this is just an optional step. All right. So we are up to the floor. So you guys could continue changing up the shape of your flame. So you could go into it with more of the black to change up the shape a little bit, or you could extend the yellow, you could extend it out to change up the shape. So just play around with it until you're satisfied with your fire. And let's say if you didn't taper it off at the top, you could always go back in with your brownish black and just cover it up, right?
You just flame going wild.
You just gotta keep, what?
You just have a flame going.
Maybe.
Fuego. So what are the chances person might?
Well, there's no chance for this painting. But that was a good one. So I'm gonna take brown and let me show you guys what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna take brown and I'm gonna mix it with white to get a light, that's a lot of white. So I'm gonna get like a light brown color. Kind of like that. So you could play around depending on what kind of floor you want. So it could actually, it doesn't even need to be brown. It could be any other color. So ours is going to be wood, a wooden floor, right, Alex?
Yes, it will be.
Okay.
A nice wooden floor.
So we're going to go into here and we're going to paint the floor, but we're going to be using diagonal strokes. And all of these strokes are kind of going towards the fire. So they're all converging towards the fire. So that way we're doing a very nice perspective, which is going to look really cool.
You say that one more time?
So all of these strokes are going towards the flame. So just imagine I'm just drawing these lines right here. So they're all going towards the flame here, except for this mark right here. I'm just gonna cover that up. You saw how easy that was? I just covered it up.
Just like that.
So these lines are going also towards the flame. And then once you get to the sides, you're also pointing your lines all towards the flame. And until you get to the line that meets the wall, and you just make it horizontal. And you could just keep going over your lines until you get kind of the flow of it. So this line is going to be horizontal. But then it's going to go a little bit more diagonally.
Very,
it is. And you could make it a little bit darker if you want. And you could use a little bit of water just to help it blend a little bit better. Exactly, we're gonna add some yellow onto this floor in a little bit.
There you go.
So just make sure that in the end your floor still looks straight. So the top line needs to be pretty horizontal. And then we could add some shadows on the edges. So I'm just taking the brown and mixing a little bit more of it into the white so it looks a little bit darker. And then just adding more of this darker brown color to the edges. And the same thing on the other side. And just making sure that your lines are just all converging towards the flame. All towards the flame. Yep. And you can make it even darker on the edges, so you could just use the brown and not even dip it into the white and see what happens. So now we're gonna wash our small brush, and we're gonna use some yellow, so there's gonna be a highlight on the floor coming from the fire. Sort of. Almost. So I'm just washing my small brush. So I'm gonna go in directly with the yellow, and I'm just gonna see what happens. And the worst that could happen is it could be too yellow, and then I could just cover it back up with the white. Not with the white, with the brown. So I'm also gonna be making the lines and converging them towards the fire. Okay, so all of my lines are going towards the fire, towards the flame. And you're just blending it into the light brown color. So if you added too much of the yellow, it's super easy to just take some of it away. So I'm going to just wash my brush.
Get in there, huh?
Just got to get in there. And then I'm going to go back into the brown. And then I'm just going to go over it a little bit. So I'm just covering some of it up. But not too much of it because you want it to show, right? So it looks kind of cool to see this fire reflection in the wooden floor. Oh.
such a nice cozy fire.
Right?
It's
I just want to be there right now.
It's exactly what I need to cozy up against. Cold. That's not your paint water, right?
You scared me for a second. Is anyone based in Florida or anywhere super warm right now? So we could all be jealous of you.
Arizona in there, Hawaii.
So now we're going to add some tools to the fireplace. So I just want to point out, well, this is what I want to point out.
Okay.
So you guys are more than welcome to substitute the tools with whatever you want next to the fireplace. So it could be a snowboard, it could be skis, it could be mittens. What else can you put by the fire? It could be a
twist.
Yeah. We could go really crazy here. So it doesn't need to be these tools. Okay? So I am going to show you how to paint these tools, but if you want to put skis in there, please, you're more than welcome to do so. What else can you put by the fire? I did a version with a cat hanging out by the fire. Oh, it is right now because it's summer there. Yep. We're just all gonna be jealous right now. All right, so I'm gonna do the first tool. Do you know what this is called, Alex? Does anyone know what this tool is called?
A little poker. I don't know what you're looking at.
This one? It's almost like a wrench.
It's like a pincer.
A little crab leg.
It's to grab the logs.
All right, so we have to take a deep breath because this is about to get a little detailed.
Let's get it.
But we got this. We got this. So it's gonna be leaning onto the brick. So we're gonna make it at a little slant. So I'm just gonna do a diagonal line first using black.
With your small brush.
With my small brush. So I'm gonna make two. It's almost like a diamond shape.
Almost like pliers, but not.
Yeah, pliers. I don't know why I said wrench. I did.
That was very wrong.
Yeah. So I'm just making my lines just a little bit thicker. Ooh, stockings is a good idea. So stockings, like Christmas stockings, would be really fun. What else can you put? So I'm doing a little diagonal here for the handle. Okay, so that's my first tool. Elf on the Shelf, that's a good one. So I definitely hope you guys are more creative than we are right now with what's next to our fireplace. So then I'm gonna do a little shovel.
Little shovel action. Everyone needs a good shower.
Ooh, a wreath. That's a good one. That's also very
I
Christmassy.
do like that.
But I do like that,
The
and
holiday
it's gonna add a
spirit.
pop of color.
Down. Definitely
Mhm.
stand out. Really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Even though in reality,
Just not too close to the fire. So then I'm gonna do my next tool, which is gonna be leaning the opposite way. So I'm gonna make it lean towards the fire as well. So I'm also gonna do a diagonal line. And I'm gonna do a little shovel shape here. So it's almost like a triangle, but it's not gonna meet at a point. It's gonna be a little of a rectangular shape at the bottom. What do you think?
it's like quite a trapezoid. Going deep in our shapes here.
Trapezoid. Okay, this was a long time ago.
Where it on a I mean, it is a quadrilateral. No, it's not.
Definitely not. Whoever's in middle school can let us know.
Is ever that AP geometry right now? Please let us know what shape this should be called.
So it's almost like a triangle at the bottom, but there's a straight horizontal line here. And then I'm going to do the same type of handle at the top. So it's just going to be a little sort of, yeah. Ooh, a sword would be a good one next to the fireplace, like Game of Thrones style. So you could sharpen it. You could sharpen it by the fire.
You definitely.
Whatever. You know, you're supposed to roll with everything that I'm saying. All right, so I think before we do the next step, I think we're gonna do the second giveaway.
Okay.
You ready?
At least we're announcing it.
We are. So the first giveaway, which is the title of the painting, we're gonna announce it after the live. So probably tomorrow. So look out for that.
The recommendations coming.
Keep the brainstorm flowing.
I like it.
Exactly. But the second giveaway, we are going to use a random comment picker to select a winner. So this giveaway is going to be a set of 2 really awesome brushes.
Okay.
Whoop whoop.
I see you.
I'm excited. Who's excited?
I need brushes.
I need brushes too. I only have 2 brushes.
I'll use some more brushes.
All right, guys. So give me a moment to do this giveaway right here.
Quick, anyone who comments, those are extra entries into the contest.
Oh, my face is in here. I didn't even realize. So I am not seeing the link to our feed. Are you, Alex?
I'm in the...
Okay, hold on. Can you send me that link? Okay.
The current live link, correct?
It's the current live link. Amazing. The anticipation is killing me.
Cliffhanger. Who's ready? Who's ready? 2 brushes. Set of brushes.
Are you sure this is the right link?
I not even.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
It is a virtue, patience.
Okay, there we go. Finally. Finally, we got the right link. All right, we are pressing the button for the random winner.
Go.
Woo! It better not be you, Alex.
Oh, listen, I kept myself out of the comments despite my.
Despite your what? Okay, hold on. It's raffling off the names. Jennifer Nichols.
Jennifer,
let us know if you're still on.
and if you're in the U.S.,
it's okay because we could ship brushes to Canada.
we can ship. Canada's in play, folks. Big turn of events. Jennifer, please let us know if you're still on.
Let us know if you're on. If not, we are gonna have to pick a different person. She's here. Woo! And she's in Denver, Colorado.
Jennifer.
Woo woo. Congrats, Jennifer. We'll be following up to find out your address so we could ship you the giveaway. Congrats. Awesome. Okay, and I'm also excited for the first giveaway, which we still need to decide on a little bit later.
Well, you know, that's a little more suspenseful. We'll have to let the crowd know.
All right, guys.
Be
Be coyful. So we're gonna do the shadow of the tools right now. So we are gonna mix a color that's a little bit darker than the brick. So if you guys have the color of the brick, you could just add a little bit of black to it, but mine dried up a little bit, so I'm gonna mix it again. So I'm gonna mix red with a little bit of yellow and a little bit of black, and I'm gonna see what I get. So I have to test it out on the canvas to see if it's dark enough. I don't really know now. So I'm just gonna make a small mark and see if it is. Maybe it's too dark, maybe it's too light, who knows?
Just gotta get in there.
So it looks like it might be a little too dark. So I'm just going to add a little bit more red to it. So I want to make it just a little bit darker than the actual bricks. Okay, let's see. It's all a test here. Okay, so this color looks good. So I'm just going to add the shadow behind this tool. So I'm just going to do another diagonal line pretty close to where my original tool is. So it's a little bit hard to see. I'm going to have to make it maybe a little bit darker. And maybe a little bit thicker. So this is actually a pretty good color.
Okay. I see Miss Pat in the back.
So can you guys sort of see it? I'm going to bring my canvas a little bit closer. So I'm just adding this diagonal behind the original diagonal and just leaving a bit of space between the two. And then I'm just going to continue this shadow on the left side. Okay, someone just gave a really awesome suggestion. Coin me a river. Kind of like that one.
Look where your head's at. Like where your head is at.
This is gonna be a really tough one. We might need to pick out of a hat. But just think how cool it is for your name to be one of our next paintings. I think that's pretty awesome.
I cannot agree.
Be coyful.
You know it.
All right, so I'm gonna do my other shadow on the other side. So this one's gonna be on the right side. So I'm just gonna start with my diagonal line. And I think this might be a little too dark, so I'm just gonna make it lighter. And you really have to just test it out on your canvas just to see if it's either too light or too dark. So this one looks pretty good. So I'm just doing the diagonal and then I'm gonna follow the diamond shape here.
You made this.
So the fire shape was actually just a
It's like a
rounded
pear.
shape. It's kind of like a pear. But this is
That's
just
what-
my fire. So your fire could be
Lots of
totally
fires
different.
Can be like wild. They can go like.
They could
super
go
wild.
crazy. Yeah, so you're basically just creating curves and then just tapering them off at the top.
Letting the flames
Go wild.
let nature run its course.
So I'm creating the other side of the diamond kind of inside the first shape, if that makes sense. So it's behind and then kind of on the inside of it. So let me just drag that here to show you guys. And I still need to make the shadow at the top as well. So while we're painting this final step, guys, I just want to remind you, please show off what you created on social. We would love to see it, whether it's skis, snowboards, fire tools, whatever. Cats, socks.
Skis and snowboards. Interesting.
That's a pretty cool one.
That's an interesting one.
So definitely post your fireplace on social, and make sure to use the hashtag creativelybox, which I think is not at the bottom of this screen, but it's creativelybox. And that way we'll be able to see it, and we could repost it and share it on our own page. Right, Alex?
Absolutely. It's always amazing me because
how can you even say
listen,
that?
Let's not even get it twisted.
What?
Let's not even get it twisted. But I love seeing what the people create.
I that's the best part, because everyone's looks so different. All right, so the last and final step is going to be to sign your initials at the bottom of the canvas. Always.
Gotta know who it's from.
Exactly. And that's it. You guys did it. I'm going to show my face for a second. You guys did it. Congrats. Awesome job. So I really would love to see what you created. So I would love for you guys to share it on social and tag us. So anyway, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your patience. You guys rock. And we'll see you next time.
Let us know if you have any more entries for Be Coyful.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.